Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We are also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In concilium Universitas Torontotensis vacati sumus. Graduands, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissima cancelere, presento tibi hosci scholares, at admittatur ad gradus varios, tortesc ius quad omni qua, statuta recurrent aptos et idoneus esse.
Ad prefectum Hueus provinciae Huescu Magnae Patriae et ad prefectum omnium nationum omnibus in terris conincatarum ego ex autoritat mihi et toti universitat commissia admitto vos ad gradus varios quorum iura vobis do et peto coque ut omnia confisiatus manera que ad illos gradus pertinente.
Please be seated. My name is Bill Goff, and it is my great pleasure and privilege to serve for many years as the University of Toronto as Vice Principal Academic and Dean of the University of Toronto Scarborough. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting the remarkable Linda Johnston, Acting Vice President and Principal of the University of Toronto Scarborough, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those in attendance who, like me, are not fully proficient in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars, that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that, as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable." Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, Professor Johnston then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees. And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2024 from the University of Toronto Scarborough. That's it. You're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us here in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Speaking of perseverance, you have successfully completed your program in extraordinary and challenging times. And today's celebration is all the more meaningful for it. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of over 680,000 alumni, including me, in 196 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty, librarians, and staff. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest, and I believe, most distinguished alumni community. one more word of thanks is in order. I am sure all graduates share a deep sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped them bring them to this special day. And I would ask you to join me and the platform in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of convocation is that graduates come forward to be recognized. You will then leave the stage using the ramp, exit out the door and around the hall. At that point, you will turn left and quietly re-enter the hall as your peers continue to be recognized individually. So I encourage you to think of the very last person to be on stage. I believe it will be Jinhao Zhang. Jinhao, can you stand up? Okay? So just remember Jinhao, and please return to celebrate convocation with him. Finally, respecting our ongoing commitment to health and safety, we will forego the traditional handshake. But we promise to applaud enthusiastically as you pass by on the stage. Thank you for your understanding and assistance. And once more, warmest congratulations. Before we continue, I'd like to recognize that this is a challenging time for many in our community. We acknowledge the pain and suffering felt by those impacted by the conflict in the Middle East. And yet, today's ceremony is a time for celebration and hope. Convocation Hall is the place where our graduates, you, have the opportunity to mark this wonderful milestone with loved ones. With that in mind, I would respectfully ask everyone here today to allow our graduating students to have their moment to cross the stage without disruption or interruption. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Melanie Cohn. Dr. Cohn is a talented, compassionate, and dynamic health system leader with more than 20 years of experience leading transformational projects benefiting patients, families, and communities in Toronto and elsewhere in Ontario. She currently serves as president and CEO of Michael Garron Hospital. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. Cohn was the Assistant Deputy Minister of Mental Health and Addictions at the Ministry of Health. In this role, she was responsible for the implementation of critical mental health investments supporting Ontario communities. An alumna of the University of Toronto, Dr. Cohn holds a PhD in evidence-based strategic decision-making from the Institute of Health, Policy, Management, and Evaluation. Please welcome Melanie Cohn to the podium.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today with Professor Johnston, Professor Goff, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2024. It's my absolute privilege to be here as you mark the culmination of your years of hard work. You've each tested yourselves and persevered through challenge at times when there didn't seem to be an end in sight. And now that you've completed this milestone, you'll be moving on to your next chapter. And while you're likely feeling relieved that this is done, you've had an experience that will best prepare you for the opportunities and challenges ahead, and there will be many. Some of you may already have a job lined up. Some of you may have been accepted into a master's program or a professional program, knowing exactly what you want to do. Some of you may be taking a break to figure it out. Regardless, your undergraduate experience has shaped you and will guide you successfully no matter what comes next. People often ask me whether I knew that I wanted to be a CEO. Here's my answer. It's simple. No, maybe not that simple. In all truth, over the years, people had told me that I was destined for leadership, and I certainly thought about it very seriously throughout my career journey, but it was never an end in and of itself. Instead, what I had were 3 conditions that I committed to at the beginning of my career that I never gave up on. And these led me on a circuitous journey that has been incredibly enriching and one that I continue to be on each day. First, I knew that I had to work in a field that I believed in. I couldn't spend most of my life in a job where I didn't feel like I was making a contribution, even in a small way, to make the world a better place. I wanted to align my career with my values and beliefs. When I completed my honors undergraduate, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wasn't prepared to commit to a professional path or additional years of schooling without that clarity. I also knew I couldn't sit at home and wait for it to come either. So I looked for a job in an area that I believed in, and that's where I found my first job in a hospital, and I was hooked. Through hard work, I've been afforded several opportunities for growth where my mind was open so broadly and the scope and span of what we did was remarkable. All of these experiences rounded me out to be the person and leader I am today, and I continue to open my eyes to new possibilities and how to continue to grow both personally and professionally. The second rule I had was to not chase a title, but rather do work that was inspiring, where I could learn every day, where I was able to have autonomy to lead and be creative, and where I could have some authority to own our accomplishments, failures, and ultimately the difference we could make. Some of the jobs I've taken weren't planned for, and they came when least expected. And I took them because they were interesting, challenging, and at the time I was confident would lead me to continued growth. But even more importantly, I worked for and with people who believed in me, leaders who wanted to see me advance and who believed in my potential. They were willing to take a risk and let me fly. Something I was told early on that I never forgot: you don't pick your job, you pick your boss. They're the ones who make or break your career. They're the ones who give you chances to demonstrate your talent and expose you to new challenges because they know that you'll be able to face them and head on and end in a better place. These are the people who catapult your journey. For me, it was about taking opportunities that built toward increased responsibility and impact. It was about finding jobs where I could use the skills that I had acquired to refine them and to continue to develop. It was to work with great people and in some way make a difference in the lives of others by infusing new thinking and new approaches, but also compassion. Chasing a title can be a trap. If you're able to get to your destination, there's a risk that it can be filled with regret of not experiencing the journey you were on to get there. And then what? Chasing the destination cannot be at the expense of the ride. Celebrate your achievements, mourn the losses. It's actually the best learning and growth. Heal the bruises and pick yourself up and go to school in the middle of it all. Related to your field of work or not, education will always help you see the world in new and more beautiful ways. And remember, never stop learning from the people around you, from your professors, your boss, colleagues, your team, and the students that you will eventually mentor. The third rule: don't forget to feed your soul with the things that are most important to you. Hobbies, education, gratifying career, for sure, but spend time with the people you love and open your heart to new love. Life isn't made up of unidimensional success. Now you're seized with figuring out the next steps in your education or your professional lives. But if you don't spend time with the people who make your life meaningful, you may still get to the destination, but the journey won't be as fulfilling. You will experience loss. And if you don't make the time for the people you love, you will look back on time with regret, because the people who enrich our lives bring out the best in us. And the relationships that we build with others, I believe, are the most important part of our legacy in the world. Personally, I can't let myself regret not having spent enough time with my family, because when those we love are gone, and sadly, I've lost too many too young, you never want to feel like you didn't have enough time when they were here, because you were just too busy chasing one thing. So for me, it came down to 3 rules. 1, do what you believe in, because you're going to spend most of your life working. 2, don't chase a title. Take opportunities that will help you grow and work with people who want to see you succeed. And 3, don't miss out on spending time with the people you love. Relationships are the most important part of your legacy. So given all this, here's my advice to you. Think about the bigger picture and your own non-negotiable conditions that in the end will make your journey the most rewarding for you. Don't lose sight of your own conditions throughout your journey. They will guide you on your way. Remember, you own your future, and it doesn't have to measure up to anyone else's criteria. Those are for you and only you to decide. In that spirit, I want to take a moment to reflect on some of the many opportunities in science and healthcare that I think are relevant for you. We live in a time of unprecedented innovation. Even 30 years ago, we could not have imagined minimally invasive and robotic-assisted surgery, the level of precision in diagnostic imaging like MRIs and CT scans that we have today, and certainly not the advancements that we've seen in artificial intelligence. There was a time when you'd be hospitalized for days for hip surgery. Now you're up and walking within hours. Open heart surgery has been largely replaced by cardiac catheterization. You can unblock an artery in less than half an hour and be home the same day with nothing more than a Band-Aid. Healthcare is ever advancing and is continuously improving patient care and experience. The opportunities for careers are abound, for sure in direct care delivery, but also in research, therapeutics, biomedical engineering, and so much more. And with the world-class education you have all received, I know that you will contribute to our collective future through the continued advancement of innovation in all of its forms. You have graduated from one of the country's finest institutions, and you are set. Don't lose your spirit of curiosity and the passion and drive that got you here. All of this has made you incredibly resilient for what lies ahead. I wish you only success on your journey wherever it takes you. Thank you.
Professor Linda Johnston, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from the University of Toronto Scarborough who are being admitted to the degree of Honours Bachelor of Science. Lauren May McConnell. River McCubbin. Kayla Elizabeth McFarland. Joshana Abby Gail McKenzie. Rachel Nicole McNevitz. Sneha Mehra. Teg Singh Mehta. Laxman Mayalagan. Gabriela Leticia Melendez. Justin Michael Mendiola. AJ Marie de la Cruz Mendoza. D. Ming. Kim Ting Mo. Parsa Mogadam Charkari. Adam Hassan Mohammed. Amir Hassan Mohammed. Dylan Asif Mohammed. Iman Abdi Mohammed. Zara Aliyah Mohammed. Maryam Nazirunisa Mohammed. Siham Abdi Hakim Mohammed. Sahar Momand. Joselle Pamela Lakin Monton. Shanice Samaria Moore. Katrina Nicole Morphy. Lena Motazedi. Mohammed Mahmoud Musa. Maya Musli. Shannon Molay. Haley Jade Monroe. Zubian Mantahi. Jawaria Martuza. Sarah Nadim. Alim Nafisa. Hiroshika Nagolaswaran. Zumran Nain. Rohita Naluri. Vignesh Nantakumar. Saida Ashiba Nayar Nashra. Suzanne Nasrallah. Noor Nasri. Nurul Ain Navid. Razma Najati. Saba Najati. Henry Ng. Jennifer Kar-Yen Ng. Kaize Ni. Marwa Niazi. Mustafa Nizami, Nurali Nurziba, Rael Federica Mary Nunez, Efunanya Marybeth Nwankwo, Teresa Fiani Chukwu Okwegbuna, Jonah Oluden, Yotu Almachi, Mahum Omar, Aliyah Omar Bujak, Wadi U, Mikaela Verdita Arbon, Raisa Tasnim Orin, Maxime Osin, Abka Osmani, Ava Ovesi, Abdul Rahman Ozkan, Karina Padamshi, Veronica Alicia Palma, Yue Pan, Yajan Niraj Kumar Pancholi, Pritish Panda, Priya Rakesh Pandey, Het Piranchandra Pandya, Mulhar Vipul Kumar Pandya, Katrina Gabriela Parag, Sayahi Paramaswaran, Monica Parantaman, Nithusha Pararaja Singham, Stephanie Andrea Pasanga, Candy Lorraine Taplin Patalan, Arti Pritish Kumar Patel, Om Himendu Patel, Jeel Patel, Naivil Nitin Kumar Patel, Prachi Kamlesh Patel, Sarah Idrish Patel, Zoe Rose Pavlovich, Christopher Persad, Elizabeth Devi Persad, Artem Petrushev, David Petrov, Stephen Tai Kang Pham, Su Lang Mei Pio, Corinne Ann May de Belen Pilena, Antoinette N. Pilanayagam, Eleni Elizabeth Pitsiniaga, Ananya Podar, Madison Amarinda Pontes, Ekaterina Popova, Andres Prada, Mitravasu Prakash, Saloni Celine Prakash, Visali Pritiviraj, Jaheen Promit, Sapolnud Parpienchai, Sandhya Puraseni, Yana Paula Torres Pulido, Emily Margaret Pullen, Christabel Ashley Priath, Stephanie Cecilia Piz, Amina Kamar, George Zed Chow, Jonathan Mitchell Chin, Hannah Qureshi, Zoha Sulman Qureshi, Nicholas Johnson Rudolovich, Mritika Raman, Tanzeen Raman, Sath Ramanan, Edward William Rambako, Naya Anjali Ramdeen, Ranjana Ramesh, Dharmita Ramkumar, Caitlin Rihanna Rampersad, Alina Olivia Ramsubik, Ning Shan Ran, Avneet Kaur Randhawa, Aditya Himanshu Raninga, Ajira Ranjith, Ayumi Ariana Rankin Rivers, Shahina Rasa Kumar, Anthony M. Rasso, Radhashkiran Ratnakumar, Dev Raval, Vitusan Ravindran, Kishora Ravichandran, Shayamika Ravichandran, Rakavi Ravikulan, Navin Ravindaran, Artika Ravinjan, Dakshya Ravitharan, Saida Zainab Raza, Omer Raza Khan, Umar Ahmed Razvi, Alexander John Ryman, Desi Ren, Xiao Yu Ren, Victoria Reyes, Kimia Rezai, Mohammed Kazra Rezai, Hassan Rizwan, Faiza Robani, Emma Jane Robertson, Libertad Cassandra Royes Yanes, Aratrika Roy, Luisa Fernanda Rua, Bayu Ruan, Fatima Sadia, Aisha Samir Sadiq, Marian Safi, Anis Saha, Vishal Deb Sahu, Jasmine Saini, Insia Abdullah Samji, Titiksa Persad Sanchara, Maturi Sanjeev Kumar, Sean Santos George, Benjamin Saubupa, Olson Andy Saputra, Mohammed Shahil Sarajidin, Judson Saraweswaran, Atith Sadgunaraja, Tivya Satyamurti, Vasha Satkunanathan, Emily Magan Savatiri, Isan Saad, Nicole Pamela Shalachi, Joshua Christian Schneider, Sean Sebastian, Navita Sivaratinam, Hajar Syed, Nerutia Selvanayagam, Michael Carney Zeptireman, Arsene Saragan, Yara Shaban, Manahil Shanan Shabir, Mirel Shadouk, Anshi Shah, Ilya Sharastani, Mustafa Ali Sheikh, Aliyah Ali Sheikha, Kaishava Shayas Kunthan, Mariana Shaker, Sophia Sharaf, Shamaila Tabasan Sharkar, Arya Sharma, Rahul Sharma, Tristan Rohayman Sharma, Yukta Sharma, Mohanad Mustafa Shahata, Faizan Tanvir Sheikh, Xin Li Sheng, Zihao Sheng, Monica Lisi Shen Liang, Zhen Fu Shi, Lunda Shibemba, Hihorin Shin, Amelia Shivdarsan, Catherine Sinfu Wing, Irina Singh O'Reyer, Jashandish Singh, Anish Singla, Artia Asinaraja, Richard David Meyer Sison, Varunan Shiva, Visvini Shivanagam, Natila Shivakumar, Artieka Shivananda Soti, Sibye Shivanandran, Viga Shivasoti, Brianna Dawn Smith, Caitlin Jamie Smith, Bennett So, Annapurni Sokalingam, Gabriella Sowandi, Mary Samuel Solomon, Jianing Song, Ye Bin Song, Deep Singh Sur, Yazamin Sorani, Jaren Kanan Sridharan. Cynthia Sarisithanathan. Janie Sritharan. Sharanya Sritharan. Suran Sritharan. Divya Sritharan. Yu Fei Su. Yahulan Sabita Kumar. Christopher Sa. Ashni Bharati Suku. Jessica Suku. Shivanjali Sumesh. Wei Shu Sun. Yu Zhang Sun. Zhe Shi Sun. Aksha Saranthiran. Erin Lorraine Sutanto. Zoe Claire Sutcliffe. Pratika Suthakaran. Darren Suthananthan. Pratiga? Okay. Pratiga Sutana Tirarajan. Krishna Sutar. Marilyn Sabina Sutarsan. Ajuri Sutarsan. Samin Sayara Sayeda. Kristen Megan Tadros. Rafael Sami Talukdar. Ko Wei Tan. David Tan. Jamie Lee Tan. Caitlin Elizabeth Tandy. Cadence Ling Tang. Zeyu Tang. Galila Tagene. Shabnam Tajani. Yomni Makonnen Tesfaye. Tarushi Taplial. Kumar Tamaratnam. Kalista Tavakumar. Aaron Joseph Dararaja. Danika Tayaparan. Vitushini Tavaraja. Joshua Thomas. Sahil Tahokral. Lydia Tueraja. Jesse Tian. Chin Ran Tian. Zijan Tian. Vahan Tir Aruntunian. Caitlin Toe. Aidan Luke Tranchell. Christy Tsagopoulos. Andrea Renee Sang. Ariel Ann Lee Sang. Christian Brel Tumano Tamnu. Ama Twamwa. Amna Umar. Precious Victoria Omogbai. Lucille Verena Urban. Mohammed Said Urayman. Ratiga Urutiran. Alexandra Usachov Goncharuk. Ragavi Utayachandran. Yagani Vahidi. Saravanan Valipuram. Akshaya Jasmine Vasantamohan. Tiberiu Vatamanu. Atul Vincent. Vanshika Virmani. Rishika Vitiyanananthan. Lander Joshua Almosara Vitog. Alexander Vojtovich. Michael Waiho Wan. Chang Hao Wong. Chen Bo Wong. Eric Wong. Fu Sheng Wong. Jiashuan Wong. Jing Yi Wong. Junheng Clark Wong. Justin Wong. Lianting Wong. Lin Jun Wong. Li Ye Wong. Mu Tian Wong. Shu Yu Wong. Si Wong. Si Yi Wong. Zhu Ling Wong. Wang Zheng Wong. Ying Shan Wong. Muna Ahmed Warsame. Naila Wasif. Brianna Ashley Wedderburn. Chloe Wenshu Wells. Dylan Nicholas Williams. Eric Tironi Wilson. Alexander Connor Withers. Alec Wong. Henry Allen Wong. Jaden Tyler Wong. Jasmine Wong. Julie Wong. Ka-chun Wong. Janice Wong. Ken Matsumoto Wong. Kuo Moon Wong. Alania Tashana Wright. Siki Wu. Yun Lin Wu. Zetao Wu. Melina Wei. Yi Hai Shao. Sijia Xie. Tong Xie. Lucy Singh. Chen Yong Xiong. Gordon Xiong. Chen Chi Shu. Shunang Shu. Ian Shu. Mingze Shu. Yutong Shui. Rusbe Yadolahi. Simone Yam. Sophia Elahe Yamini. Shuo Yan. Yu Yan. Gui Yanase. Hao Yuan Yang. Gui Yu Yang. Yin Ke Yang. Xiao Hui Yuan. Amy Yao. Jesse Yao. Shui Yan Yao. Siavash Yaseme. Rachel Yao. Saliha Yavuz. Glenn Ching Kwan Ye. Xiao Tong Ye. Zi Yao Yin. Tina Yip. Brandon Oliver Ong Yu. Jason King Yan Yu. Ji Yan Yu. Michelle Jerica Go Yu. Tony John Lee Yu. Zi Yi Yu. Tian Huan. Ka Fai Wen. Yoel Yuhi. Chris Young. Mashiat Saber. Sajda Zahir, Huda Zera, Yan Ling Zhang, Kessin Jai, Chen Cheng Zheng, Daniel Wei Chang Zheng, Hui Yan Zheng, Lin Yi Zheng, Pei Zheng, Jiren Zheng, Shu Hui Zheng, Yu Xin Zheng, Zeiqi Zheng, Yu Zheng, Ling Zheng, Lan Feng Zhang, Grant Zheng, Pei Chang Zheng, Rachel Zheng, Joey Zhu, Ri Chen Zhu, Jin Tao Zhu, Lloyd Hong Zhu, Yu Jun Zhu, Henry Zhuo, Dora Zamarli, candidates from the University of Toronto Scarborough who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science: Marian Mohammed, Gayatri Nagarajan, Sri Sai Pujita Nalapati, Jenny Christina Nimalaraj, Amita Archana Raghuranjan, Zaman Mehboob Ratasani, and Jin Hao Zhong.
On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority invested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and patience. To the families and friends, and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to thank my esteemed colleague, Professor Linda Johnston, for presiding over today's ceremony. I wish to thank as well the many other colleagues and friends of the university who participated in this convocation, whose names you will find in the program. I now invite Professor Johnston to bring today's ceremony to a close.
as I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this, your special day, I hope we will see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know that you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium demissum est.